Oh, folks, there is a young man looking for some relationship advice on Reddit, and he desperately needs it. He asked how to date a BPD girl. For those of you who don't know what BPD stands for, that's borderline personality disorder. No. That's just a no. That's a hard no. For those of you who have been in a relationship with someone with borderline, or if you were tragically raised by a parent that had borderline, you know the deal. You avoid getting into serious relationships with people that have borderline if you value your mental health and at times your physical health. For those of you who have BPD and you're putting in the work, getting treatment for it, usually it's some kind of behavior therapy. God bless you and continue to do that. But if you're honest with yourself, you know that you destroy people that have the misfortune of falling in love with you. Physically and mentally, you destroy them. And if this young man does not heed the advice that people are trying to give him on Reddit, he is about to suffer a horrifying experience that's going to leave him a shell of a human being. So he says, started dating this girl who has such severe borderline personality disorder, she will scratch herself until she bleeds during an episode. But she is so very nice and affectionate to me. And gosh damn, she is beautiful. This young man is experiencing the classic love bombing that people with BPD give their partners at the start of the relationship. This is all part of their calculated strategy of sucking you into their narcissistic trap. I would like to see if I can make this work. What the? Oh, come on. Fuck. But want any tips or warnings from guys who have experienced this before? Thanks in advance, guys. What the fuck, man? Bruh. Come on. Your life is in danger and you don't even know it. For men who've had the misfortune of getting involved with a woman with BPD, it's really disturbing reading this post because they know what it's like to be this naive, falling completely for the love bombing at the beginning of the relationship. They know firsthand the inevitable turmoil that comes next when the sweet, affectionate mask drops and the woman becomes someone they don't recognize. These guys in the comments are giving their testimonies. Listen to some of these. It's funny, the comment with the most upvotes just has one word: don't. And yes, that's about as simply as I could put it. But here we go. Dated someone with BPD. Would not recommend. You're stuck with someone who's essentially saying, I hate you, don't leave me. OP, it doesn't matter how they treat you now, it will change. I hope she is getting help, but you will not help her. Married someone with BPD. I would absolutely not recommend. Divorced her after 3 years of hell. I think my story would be the worst, but y'all would relate. They're demons, bruh, disguised as angels. Look up narcissistic BPD and covert narcissist relationships. I wish someone would have told me 4 years earlier. I guarantee narcissistic BPD, that's pretty redundant. I mean, is that a separate diagnosis? Because narcissism is one of the defining features of borderline personality disorder. Everybody who has borderline personality disorder is a narcissist, so that's one and the same. I spent 18 years thinking I was the problem and that I should have been a better man, but it turns out I had been living with someone who had NPD and BPD overlap. That's narcissistic personality disorder and borderline personality disorder. Like I said before, I think those things are one and the same. A person with borderline personality disorder is also a narcissist. Once I figured out I wasn't the problem and that my happiness was more important, I was gone. My only regret is that I didn't figure it out sooner. I stayed in that relationship for 17 years because I loved her and I thought if we could just get past this one thing right now, it would get consistently better. Then there was another thing, and another, and another. I still love her. Bruh. I'll never be free of her. Jeez. And she probably destroyed my ability to have a content, trusting, safe-feeling relationship with anyone else. But she fucking dismantled me, boys. I mean, well, damn, brother, respectfully, I mean, you stay in a fucked up relationship for 17 years. I mean, at some point, you become a volunteer. I understand, brother. I'm sorry. I'm 6 years in, married, 2 kids, and broke. Fuck my life. Well, damn.
Oh, dang.
I married a BDP. I didn't know at the time, and she wasn't diagnosed until years after we married and had a kid. What the other person said about "I hate you, don't leave me" is the most succinct way of saying it. You will be the victim of an abusive relationship. This is a severe mental illness that will be an absolute mindfuck for you. When properly medicated and in therapy, it can be okay, but the thing is, you have to stay on top of her meds and therapy, ensuring nothing is missed, because when off of a treatment regimen, your own mental health will suffer. Do yourself a massive favor. Get away now. You know what you're walking into. Just don't. When he said you will be the victim of an abusive relationship, I mean, that hits the nail right on the head. I mean, when you enter into a relationship with somebody with borderline personality disorder, it is going to be an abusive relationship. You are going to be the punching bag, emotionally and often physically. It's like riding a roller coaster that removes your self-esteem, trust, and all the fucks you have ever given about having a partner. I am 4 years clear of one of them. The sex was incredible. She was white hot, funny, smart, creative, all the things that most people thank the heavens for bringing them into your life. That is, until the BPD took over. She was then catty, vicious, cold. Her hygiene would nosedive for days, the exact opposite of what made me fall head over heels. She would break you down in order for her to feel better about herself, and then hours, days later, she would be all snuggly and affectionate, like nothing happened. After not speaking to me during that time for reasons I don't think even she knew. She ended up cheating and moved across the country with a dude she'd apparently only known for 3 weeks. After 8 years together, I have not been able to date since. Zero interest, it's soul sucking. Run my bro, it's a shitty ROL. I don't know what that is. Please listen to this. I just sat my son down at the kitchen table last night and explained to him that we suddenly need to move, and we have to leave our home, which means he may need to leave all of his friends and school behind. This was obviously very upsetting to him, but he handled it like a champ and seems to truly understand how precarious the position is. Why? Because his mother found our address. Holy shit. I'm interested in that guy's story. He sounds like he's been through it. It is almost comical how many men have the exact same experiences dealing with BPD women, to where you wonder if they're all just copies of each other. They are gorgeous, super enjoyable to be around, have wonderful personalities that are just charming, treat you amazing unlike other women you have dated who mostly treated you like shit, communicative, and you will have the best sex of your life with them. Then eventually that will shift and they will be incredibly self-destructive and hate you no matter what you do, even if you were doing nice things for them that previously made them happy. You know they are broken people when you get home early from work and cook them supper, then offer to rub their feet or something, and it results in either an argument or them yelling at you. Eventually it destroys your self-esteem because they know exactly what buttons to push to emotionally destroy you, and you walk on eggshells trying not to set them off. Then they start cheating on you if they have not already, and blow up their lives by abandoning everything or just doing super self-destructive things. About half the time they will decide that they are a lesbian who hates men, even though before they cheated on you with guys. Mine has left a trail of broken people behind her to the point we could have formed a support group. She costed at least one guy his house, and the only reason she didn't wind up in jail for domestic violence is the judge let her off due to her being a woman. Her friend I still sometimes talk to said the judge actually said that in court. I loved her and would have married that first half without a second thought, but that second part of her I can only charitably describe as a self-destructive demon. Mate, please don't. Holy God, I lost half a decade. I lost a whole one. Finally ended things, and now I'm fighting a domestic violence claim. Lost custody of my kid, and I can't even call him. BPD plus family court plus gender violence laws is an extremely dangerous combination. Here in Mexico, anything a woman declares in family court is instantly true. Imagine that with a BPD woman. Oh boy, that's a nightmare. Same with the domestic violence here. She went berserk on me and then called the police claiming I hurt her. She literally pointed a knife at my back as I tried to leave, and even though I relayed this to the police, they took me in. Cost me about $8,000 with bail and lawyer fees. Never again. Ugh. What if she wasn't beautiful and you were solely looking at how the dynamics of the relationship look? BPD episodes are bad, and they will be aimed squarely at you. The only way this could possibly work is if she is in counseling alone and you also go together. She needs a safe space with a therapist and you to establish the relationship as one that is safe. And even then, if an episode is happening, she will likely decide that actually the therapist and you are working together to manipulate her, etc. It is not fun. Those of us with any experience with episodes professionals like this will tell you that your chances of building a healthy relationship are essentially nil. It's taken years to get over a bad couple of months we had. Years. This was years ago, and I'm telling you that the reverberations are still there and they still cause serious issues. Why sign up for that if you haven't already? Good question. I hope OP asks himself that. I feel like a lot of men fall into this same trap. They're lonely and starve for attention, and then suddenly meet a woman who is infatuated with them and much more beautiful than they are used to dating. So now they're love struck and will forgive a lot of bad behavior. If someone hasn't been successful in dating, it's really hard to get them to leave this situation. Yeah, unfortunately. Severe scarcity mindset. This is straight out of a horror movie, men. A relationship with a BPD woman destroys a man and affects his ability to trust a woman for many years after, if not the rest of his life. Hopefully this young man listens to the warnings before it's too late.